Hey, how's it going? This is Peace. Welcome. Today I'm doing my 6000 days shipwrecked and ROG based mega base tour. A few things first. This is the first time I'm doing this with a mic, and my mic is shit, so sorry about that. Plus, you may notice, but English is not my first language. I'm actually German, so sorry if I sound off. But anyway, we are starting here on, well, probably the thing I will never ever use in this world, but it's kind of at the center. And we have some doorways here, in case my other doorways get somehow cut off by, I don't know, summer meteors or whatever, just in case. And some random orphans for protection against hounds. Okay then, let's start off. First off, going back to my base. I didn't want to start off there. See all those chests, but I'll talk about that later. So first and foremost, my sea base. The frames drop a bit. There's just a huge amount of stuff here. All the random dolphins, whales, and whales. I built this about 2000 days ago, if I remember correctly. It was my main overload area for WX, before I maybe moved on from this to carrying this to the science station in case that's right. And you get trinkets there too, so I don't really use that anymore, but it's still nice to have. It's also protection against hounds and other sea monsters, in case I ever got caught off guard at sea. So yeah, and plus it looks really nice. Dolphin palaces are just great. I even had the luck to spawn a Quacken here right before, so you can use this chest in the future for some storing, but I haven't really done it yet. And a few whales to the side here too. I hunt them a lot, but really only kill the white whales, and the frame rate is sucking balls. So So, the entrance to my base. Let's start from the center. So, this is the center of my base, the main hub, with, of course, the kitchen at the center, and 3 fridges, one for a few thermostones in case I need to quickly cool off in summer. I don't know. Even though I always carry a tropical fan, but whatever. Yeah, main fridge for main things. Mostly eat jerky and get a few eggs, then bacon, eggs, the normal stuff. And of course, a lot of ice, because ice makers are great and cheap. Dark, so based Obsidian fire pit. Then here we have a lot of drying racks, 25 to be exact. Yeah, since I mainly use jerky, I have them close by. And then a lot of fridges, because storing ice is cool. And eventually I even store tail for no reason at all, really. yeah. And yeah, my powder kegs, I think I made them around day 1000, around day 1500, so I think there would be done about day 15,000 or something. I don't really know, but yeah, they're there just for the lols. And crockpots, because sometimes you just really need a few in case you want to make a lot of crockpot recipes at the same time. Here we have my throne. This wasn't here the last time I did my base tour. I just did it because I thought it's about time, and it's night time. See, all up here is light up by fireflies, because fireflies are cool. And also here my storage area is lit up, and of course my bee area here. It just sounds lovely, don't you think? But we will come to that. But yeah, my throne here with my suit and my crown in the background, and also compass for giggles, and a scepter or a cane. And then we have some random knickknacks here, some candles for atmosphere at the fire pit, an instrument for playing, dark sword, and yeah. This here are some rare items. This here is an old boot, and this here is also old boot, but they don't stack. And the reason they don't stack is because this here one is a normal old boot that you can get from trolling and whatever, and this one is an old boot you get from Flotsam in ROG. And it turns out, even though they look the same, they are not the same item in the game's files, so you can't stack them. The same thing with the toy boat and the sextant. Also from Flotsam, can't stack them with normal items. And here we have some random crowns that got over 100%. We have a random chance to get an effect in the ruins when you open a small golden chest. And one of those chances is that your head slot, your chest slot, item gets increased in durability. So this way it's possible to get items over 100%. Doesn't really do anything special, just novelty. Okay, then here we have my random bird, of course a pirate, because they have names, in case you didn't know that. So this one is here is called Octoparrot. Then we have here a lazy forager, because in case I want to recycle like 40 eggs or something, I just want to use them, because otherwise I don't use them. Yeah, well, I use them, but it's nice to use the gems and not just hold them forever. Then here we have my sleeping area that I built about 1500 days ago, I think, not exactly sure, but yeah, on the bottom here we have the siesta and appropriately a straw hat, so it gives the vibe of cooling down. And on top we have the regular tents, which look more appropriate, I guess, with winter hats, or the cold and warm counterpart. And then we have here some palm leaf huts with fur rolls and straw rolls, just in case you wanna sleep in the open, I guess. And some random fire pit, because yeah, some random fire pit and music instruments, along with some blueprints, which are not really blueprints in this area. I guess I thought they wouldn't look like stories you can read at a campfire, so yeah, that's why they are there. Then if we go to the north here, which you already saw last time, we have been here, is my chest zone, my item storage, where I store pretty much 90% of my items. I redone it the last 500 days or so. You wouldn't believe how much time I spent to reorganize these. Even outside the game, this took a lot of hours. But for the most part, right here are the more basic stuff, some grass, rope, etc. And on the left side here we have the more rare stuff and monster drops and whatever. And the big scale chests are for the even more rare items and items that just build up a lot, because turns out you make a lot of pigskin in 6,000 days, even so much that those chests aren't enough, so I added some piggybacks just for overflow. And yeah, even those aren't enough, I have here some as well. I even have another 4, no, I think actually 6 chests back in my own fortress, all filled with non-Steve. Yes, on this side we have Obsidian, because it turns out they are quite useful for getting slaughter slime, but you get them on glass, and so yeah, they store here. The same with coral and limestone. I tend to use them quite a lot actually, so I store them a lot just in case I need them. And yeah, frazzled wires. They are better to store than gold, because one frazzled wire is worth 5 gold and you get them en masse when you raid the ruins. But even though they stack up to 40, yeah, I had to bundle them up because I just got too many. Then on top here we have my E area, which I think just looks great. Water balls just look great with the honey. And yeah, water here, atmosphere, plants. What I have never actually seen other people do, and I don't exactly know why, is when I eat some coffee, that they made a bead area with one entrance at the bottom and one at the top. The reason for this, because that is useful, is when I take one, they try to chase me. But when I create enough distance, they don't chase me anymore, even if I come right back. And the pathfinding is retarded, so if it takes the way up and around as the path, as my distance, not from here on the bottom entrance. So you just have to walk around and you will come at least instantly. And yeah, I added a gate because they get down in monsoon season and it can be some. Something. Obsidian fire pitch, just great. So, here then. Here we have all birds you can get in Stripping and ROG. I don't edit the Hamlet ones. In fact, I don't add Hamlet stuff at all. Not really the biggest fan of it, and I tend to keep this birds only Shipwreck and ROG. But yeah, all the birds you can get, and since bundling reps are retarded and way too good, I just decided to store every living animal you can get the game, just so for future crafting projects and in case I want to decorate something. So every chest here is filled with birds, and on the other side we have some other things like mosquitoes, bees, butterflies, even though those aren't really useful to bundle, because when you unbundle them you have to catch them again, but well. And we here we have mole worms, rabbits and crabbits, which I love, so cute. And here we have a side project of mine. Yeah, those are all doidos. Even this chest is getting full slowly. So it turns out the bundling wrap just removes, or it looks like the world doesn't remember that I bundle enough doidos here. So when you bundle doidos up, they stay alive in them forever, and the world thinks you have less than 20 doidos, so they just keep reproducing, and you can get more than 20 doidos this way. And I don't know, one day I probably infest this world with doidos, but I don't know, just for the fun of it. Okay. Then to the left of it, still this temporary storage thing for the Quacken beak, but I haven't really found a better place yet. I'm lazy. But yeah, many probably wondered what this was in my last videos. Exactly this, for example. This here is a death chest. I have done a lot more Quacken killing the last 2000 days or so. As you can see, all wrapped up. So yeah, a lot of beaks because they look awesome. It's a rather big item in DST compared to other ones. But yeah, this death chest shows me exactly when I killed the last Quacken. These are the red champs, and the yellow ones show me when can I kill him again, when will he respawn. So in this case it's day 6023, and last time I killed him at day 6005. So now I can kill him again at 6025. So in 2 days I could kill him again if I wanted to. This is really useful to keep around. If we have 2 combined worlds, in my case ROG and Hamlet, then you just forget. We have 3 different day counts and it just gets messy. So keeping things organized this way is just helpful. Yeah, some randoms here, also rather cool. Then on this side we have my coffee area, which has exactly 120 coffee plants here, so exactly enough for 3 full stacks of coffee beans. And some nice birds, 1 of each type here, just for this nice natural feel. And some plants, of course, yeah. And here's my fridge for my coffee beans. Always stack them with a full stack, and then 12 pieces of honey, because 40 and 12 add up to exactly 13 coffee, which is exactly, what I mean exactly, it's a really good number to keep coffee before they go stale, or rather before they perish. On the bottom here we have my wardrobe. I did, I think 2000 or 1500 days ago, I made a collection of just about every clothing item you can get combined with something. So for example, each slide here is a combined costume. So for example, the cat cap, the hibernation vest, and the volcano staff. I think I named this costume the Deep Winter costume. Or here we have the Thulecide costume. Yeah, but it was just a nice fun side project, and yeah, throwing them out in the open, while it is a bit taxing on the frame rate, it's just a lot more convenient. And yeah, in case you're wondering what these closed things here are, I don't want to open it. This here are just one on this side and one on this side, one for the umbrella and one for the spyglass, because they blow around in the wind, so I can't leave them just in the open because they would blow away. here, and yeah, some mismatch button for clothing, etc. And yeah, my gems and my amulets, my staffs here in the middle. On the side here we have on the front some tools, and on the bottom here some golden tools and some obsidian tools, along with some cutlass supremes and some spears in case I want to make more fire staffs or whatever. Yeah. I think we should start here again. Then here we have my telelocator focus. Just in case I need to teleport to my summer island, if you stand in the middle of a telelocator focus and use the staff in it, you don't actually warp to this one, but to the other one in your world. And my other one is here in my summer base, so it effectively travels me across the whole world, in case I don't want to go to the fog on the top. But yeah, I still use it from time to time, but not as much, because it takes a hit on insanity. So jumps here with nightlight. Come to that later. Here we have just for organizing giggles, the tier list of backpacks. So at the bottom you have the lowest tier, the straw hat tier, for beginner backpacks, so the thatch pack, the regular backpack, piggy bag. Then we have the what would you call it? The rare, the crown tier, with more rare stuff like the booty bag, the isolated pack, and the sea pack. So basically monster drops. And at the top, of course, we have the Thulecite crown, which is even higher than the tooth crown. Krampus. I didn't actually farm them. Most of my Krampus, I think I have around 6 by now with the one I'm carrying. I don't really like farming them, it's really boring. So often I just bring a few doidois in the volcano in my early days, and in the volcano you are technically in the new world. So if you kill 2 doidois in the volcano, you get 50 sanity each instantly, which will of course instantly spawn Krampus. So yeah, if you visit the volcano every summer or so often, it's a really good way to just try your luck to get one. I know it's dark, of course. I guess when it's dark we could go here, which is first is. So here is my mandrake garden, which you probably also have seen. And dancing mandrakes are cute, so yeah, you can get them by deconstructing pan flutes here, and they will just plant themselves. And yeah, you can have a nice little thing. Just don't pick them on the day or they will die. Yeah. And some brown grass, and yeah, I have to wait here for a day. And dogs are coming, so let's get to my haunt fortress. Yeah, all the elephant cactus. This took quite a lot of volcano loot to complete this. I think it took me about 2,500 or 3,000 days till this was completed. Yeah, just fantastic for defending against towns. Requires absolutely no maintenance and just really effective. And exactly how effective is here. So yeah, I don't know what I have to do with them all, but they are there. They don't even require maintenance in mild season, as it turns out, because you don't have to fertilize them. You can just stand in the middle here and relog, because relogging in DS is really weird. And if you have ever relogged near a spider dam, you probably have seen how it reloads right beside you and it pops in. The same happens here, and it turns out they pop in as fertilized. So if you stand here at the beginning of mild season, after they have all withered, you can just relog in the middle and they will all be fertilized again. And you don't have to waste a single ash around it, which would otherwise cost a lot of time. But yeah. But we were here, so here's the mandrake garden at Diagon, right besides my Packham temple, which I also redid a bit. And yeah, Packham is just my ash maker and my cooking station. But he's just so good. He's just so good. You have no idea. The best thing about him is that he doesn't even just cook your food instantly by just zack, 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 but he also refreshes your food. So he doesn't give it a more perish time, he gives you 100% perish time on your food that you put in it. So it is really useful for coffee beans and whatever. And yeah, some burnt trees here for atmosphere. Yeah. Then here we have my storage of walls. Yeah, they are rather handy to keep around on the ground as well, because they really stack up fast in chests. And it looks cool, so yeah. Some turf for each different area. And yeah, each wall has 5 different growing stages, in case you didn't know. And of course, since last time, because they added it, I made wood gates and wood fences, even though I hate them. They are really shitty implemented, and though I don't even really like them in DST, to be honest. They're just really janky. But yeah, they're here for completionist's sake. Then here we have my plant storage. Yeah, every plant you can get in DS, and even the viney bushes and the spiky bushes, which look really close, but just for decoration purposes, so that I can make areas more lively. And in the middle here some pine cones, and yeah, for wood farming. But yeah, I even collected so many berry bushes during my world hopping that all these chests are full. So yeah, even a few are outside, so I decided to stop collecting these because they just pile up. I thought I would use enough of them during my building, but I'm just faster collecting them, so it's not fun. And I'm hungry, so get something to eat. Here on top we see my farms with lovely mushroom turf. Mushroom turf is great, and some potted ferns. Yeah, this is one of my oldest areas, I think. I think I did it around no, exactly. I think day 1000 or day 1200, around that. So one of the very first areas. I redid the turfs a bit later, but yeah, mainly for supplies for crop cook recipes, and the carrots are for my bunny farm in case I want to farm them. And yeah, the radishes are actually one of the very few things from Hamlet that I included here, which are great because 3 of them plus 1 ice gives a great dish that restores sanity really fast, which is very useful for dry and hurricane season. And yeah, 2 chests here, 1 for fertilizer, all from rotten seeds really, and yeah, seeds. I redo this every year before summer, or harvest them rather, and redo them in mild season then, but yeah, I don't really care. Looks nice and doesn't really take that long. Then we have my turf storage here. Every turf you can get in Shipwrecked and ROG. Again, no hamlet. Yeah. Also not in chests, but rather in piggy bags, because they can burn. And you can stack them on top of each other, so you can actually see the turf underneath. And here we have a chest for creating piggy bags, because yeah, just for showing more turf. Then I guess here we'll continue. We have my seaweed area. Until now. These are most of the seaweed in my world. I have a few in chests, and I think around 5 or so, which I forgot, are still in the world. But yeah, seaweed is fantastic, the best vegetable in the game by far. Even better than lichen and DST, because you can actually dry this, so it lasts forever. And it requires also no maintenance. And let's just address the elephant in the room here. As you saw to the right. This here is my dragoon area, my dragoon den rather. Yeah. For some reason, 8 dragoons combined in one den, so it gets a bit messy here, but I had to include some just for completion's sake, and they are actually a really good area for collecting dragons from Obsidian tools. Yeah, a few of the menus I crafted over 6,000 days just for showing. So, don't come much more to the dragons. I mostly recycled my Obsidian tools and construction steps. It's there. Right, didn't mention this last time. We were in the middle. Also on each exit, except for the exit to the left of my own fortress, I have tar traps on the bottom. Just so when hounds get in, they get killed before they reach the middle. So yeah. You don't have really much of a use for them, but it's there. Yeah, here we have some tents for, I don't know, just they are there. And one of my 4 snake traps. So the thing, the way it works is you equip the lazy vulture. You walk on the carpet and collect your stuff. So you don't have to accidentally pick up a flower or whatever. And it works really great at amassing snake skin. In fact, I so often have the chest full that I made so much snake turf, it's unbelievable. I probably will never use it, but yeah. But yeah, I don't exactly just have one of them, and saving lag. I actually have 4 of them. So this is the first. This is the second. All of the same layout. Cactus around because the best at killing mobs, and then some berry bushes for decoration. Yeah, here we have my snake pen. So a lot of snakes here in the background, poisonous and normal ones, and some bamboo and coffee for decoration, even with a little green mushroom there from before. And here's my fourth trap. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I can show that. Here we have some ROG piggies. They are just here, really. Don't really use them much, but I wanted to include some. And here are my water buffalo, which I teleported here. Yeah, but they all try to return to their home location, which is actually here. But yeah, I teleport them just for looks here, really. But they still respawn at their original point. I just kept some here for looks. And I'm running out of coffee. So let's make some. Sorry about the frame rate, it's my computer, or my laptop rather, is not the best, and all that plus the recording software is not the best. Oh, it just spikes sometimes. There we go. I really like my coffee streak here. 10 crock pots in a row, just for exactly a stack of coffee. And yeah, I think the carpet or the marble looks really great here, alongside my walls and the garden. Alright, I even forgot, this here is a slurper I brought over from the caves. You can actually bring them from ROG caves when you carry them on your head, because they will attach yourself to it, and it's also just for costume here, a slurper costume with the slurper on the head, the belt of hunger on your chest, and then a tentacle spike in your hand, just, yeah, a costume, because I ran out of hats, so I thought why not include this one as well, because it's technically a hat item. Oh right, just for showing some trinkets I amassed, which are currently not somewhere in my world as decoration, but I love those. I think they're so amazing. And yeah, all these chests are pretty much full. But yeah, just for show off, I guess. And book lands. Where was I? Yeah, this Vitosh. Alright. Here, right behind my snake trap, my last, is my really old tree zone for yeah, tree gardens, but mostly just the evergreens because I like them the most, and palm tree guards are attacking other tree guards, which don't exactly know why, because they don't provoke them, but oh well. But I can teleport more into them if I ever want to. That's all. It's full moon, so I guess I can show this off then. Here we have little choke area. It's supposed to be a volleyball beach with the nets in the middle, and yeah, there's a little monkey ball as a volleyball. Just I had a little leftover area, so I decided why not. And here we have 30 more drawing racks, just because sometimes I need more. And now it is almost midnight, so I can show you how I make most of my food, even though I don't really need it, but it's fun. So it's my pick zone here, my picked area, my very first area that I ever made in this world, and it's just really great for farm jerky, or rather the meat for the jerky. It's really easy to do, and you can do it every full moon. I know there are other methods, but those are shipwrecked piggies, so they don't really work that great for starting pig wars. So I made this very early on in my world. So I have to redo this at some point, or make it better. But it works for now, and I don't know. It's my first structure. Of course, it's not that great. And if you're wondering, the how you shoot this in the middle is just for distracting the piggies. If I ever attack them accidentally, because shipwrecked piggies will carry you or will attack you, and will attack you till the end of time. They don't just stop. So it's nice to get their attention off me. So and yet again, more pigskin. Because why not? Also here on my meat effigy, I die around every 1,200 days because of some stupid reason. Mostly because of drowning though, because I fucked up my boat. I think I forgot that when I walked by here. This is my biscuit, however you pronounce that. But yeah, I made this because I have 8 lipid rocks on this island, and lipids are great. And you can make biscuit here with some ice, and it heals 60 health, which is amazing. And a really cheap recipe, which the supplies replenish themselves. So I just made a little cooking area here, if I ever wanted some. Then on the top here, where we were before, this is an area I really like. It took me quite some time to build too. So here we have first our roads with decorated plants, bamboo, grass, everything. And then we go into a little, a little temple, I guess, for my last WX. Because this world was a pure shipwrecked ROG world, and when Hamlet came out, I decided to merge this file with Hamlet, so I have 3 combined worlds now. But I had to do this from Hamlet. I couldn't do it from this existing shipwrecked world because I didn't have the can of soy string to make a skyworthy rather. So I did it from Hamlet, So this WX you see here is actually the one that came from Hamlet. And this grave is where my old WX were when I merged worlds with it. So yeah, here are actually my old items buried, and I made a nice set piece for him. So it looks like a temple, like an ancient ruin for an old king, with exactly the same setup as in my main area, with a palm leaf hut and a war saddle underneath, which looks like a throne. And yeah, some decoration here, some cans of soda, I don't really know. And on this side we have some toys and a tent to sleep in, the potato things, yeah, they're here. Some random stuff to play around, I guess. And here we have a food table with a soda to drink and a talbot egg to eat, and a sleeping area, sleeping couch with the bed here, and I guess limestone to sleep on, straw roll. And on the other side we have a little theater with ukuleles on one side and vacancies on the other. Those are supposed to be the seats for the audience where they can sit down. And this is supposed to be, I guess, the projector or the lighting for the main stage, which is here, with all different kinds of music instruments. So here can people play with instruments, and yeah, the band can enjoy themselves here. And in the background here, this was here before, my Krampus area. One actually died, but yeah, there were 4 inside, now it's 3. I just made a little tunnel to the background because I thought the idea was funny that behind the main stage there were 3 Krampus, which were supposed to be the greedy music producers. I don't know. I just thought it was fun. Then if we go around, oh, now I know why Krampus died. He fought the dolphins. As you can see here, I teleported some kittens away from the tiger shark. They are similar to water buffalo. They try to return to their home here, which is why they constantly run into the wall, but they're cute anyway. Yeah, some decoration here, some orange rings, just for the sake of it. Yeah, some dolphins. This is the boat I mainly use when I travel through the fog, because it turns out I'm actually really close, as you can see here, which is also kind of nice, I guess. Okay, then we have this area, which is also really old, but it still works great. It's my lure platform, because lure are great. And you get quite a few of them over 1000 days, so I don't really ever can run out of food, because I get leafy meat from them pretty much constantly. And yeah, we have some harvest, some bee boxes here, decoration. Same with Weberstorm. You can actually get more of them if you bring some over from ROG or from the caves. New ones can spawn in ROG or the caves, so you can actually get more than that. Yeah, this is supposed to be some kind of death pit here, which is why these skulls are here. Yeah, also works great as a garbage bin if you ever want to get rid of some items you don't want, like razors or whatever. Yeah. We have full moon again, which presses a bit on the frame rate, but it's nice. just in case you're wondering, there's some broken grounds. Just I will bring them to a structure later, which I will tell you. And I forgot to include this before. Just basic chest for farming my biggies. This side. Here we have kind of an unnecessary zone, but it's there. On the one side, my oil farm, where you can just dig up their barrels constantly, and yeah, to get some minerals, but it's really inefficient, but you know, it's there. And some enclosed jellyfish, just in case I need to craft some rain of thoughts or whatever. As you can see, I even did bundle up a bit, but it's not really useful, because when you unbundle them on land, which is the only way you can unbundle them, you can't open a bundle wrap on boats, unfortunately. But when you unbundle them on land, they will just instantly die, so there's not really a point to them, but well, there is one way you can open this and still release them in the ocean. Not a lot of people know them. When you are in a cargo boat, or when you store the bundle wraps with the jellyfish inside in a cargo boat, and you do. If you store something in a cargo boat, like the bundle wraps, and open the boat inventory from land, like so, then you can actually open the bundle wrap, because you are considered on land, and the jellyfish that will get dropped will actually go into the ocean right here. So that is a way that you can actually bundle up jellyfish and not make it completely useless, I guess, but yeah, rare, I guess. Just really weird. Yep. Here we have my Doidois pen, which yeah, is also really old. Probably tell from the pure stone walls and rather simple thing, but it's nice to have at the center here, because they will only reproduce when you are in the area. So it should be here. I can't really make it that much bigger, but I will probably also redo it in the future, because yeah, it's kind of overdone. As just for decoration, and just get in by jumping over the wall, because the thing is so old, it was done way before games were a thing, but I still like it. Here we have my slurper pen, which I all brought over from the caves. They are just cute, and always try to get me. But yeah, they're here. And then we have Webster pen, which are cool in case I ever get butter from my snack farms, because they also kill butterflies on ants. It's always nice when you can make lobster dinner. Just drop them back into the pen here. They stay forever. Rounds in time, because I just wanted to show you my spider area, which myself, I guess, was a bird defense against hounds. This is, by the way, the best setup for spider farm ever, I think, with exactly 3 spider beds in the middle, because turns out the spider queens will not spawn when they are on the spider beds on screen. So you can't have more than 3 spider dens here. And it's actually really great because you just have to wait around, I guess, 30-40 days and then just relog here. And just like the cactus, they will reload in right to you on the side. And when it has been enough days, 3 new spider queens will spawn right together, and you get 3 new spider nests. And I actually did this so much. Yeah, I have a lot. And yeah, besides the silk, I also get a lot of venom glands, which are completely useless. I can even just eat them for no use, except I guess little pose. But I mostly give them to the hamlet traders for wings, and yeah, the glands too, I guess. Then we have also one of my other favorite areas, my tallboat pen with 5 different tallboats. This was a hassle. You have no idea. I think I raised them all 5 around, I guess day 2000, around that time. It was an insane struggle. I have no idea. It was pretty much not worth it, but I wanted to do it at least once. And I think they look nice, with a little doi nest with decoration and some rocks, some magma piles I had still here, which I never opened. I think they look nice. Then some chests here, bird cage for my bunny farm, which is right here, but first to this. Well, we can go in because they will come out right now. Come on. Thanks. So here we have my bunny area. I thought I would use them a lot more for farming meat, but I really only come here at rare times. But they look really cool with the mushroom turf and the best turf in the game, of course, the meadow turf. And some jungle trees, which really makes it look like a little village, like it indicates. But yeah, in case I ever wanted to farm them, I have some farms set up with carrots, just in case I need them to start bunny war. But yes, we're almost done with the main island. One of my last 2 things. Is my bamboo farm zone here. There are also a few viney bushes, but far less because I use bamboo quite a lot for trolling nets, so they are used much more often. And yeah, viney bushes, or vines rather, are really useless for the most part. I really only use them if I craft more sleek hats. Otherwise, don't really need them. Close the door. Thanks. Then the last area on my main island, which is my crabbits and rabbits. I brought the crabbits over from ROG and the rabbits from, I transported them here from my other beach, and I think they're just cute. And if you run into them, they make the cute quibbling sounds. Really cool. And lastly, top here, we have also one of my oldest areas, which isn't really an area at all, but this is where I get my tar, which I always carry around because it's the best fuel source available. And just 5 tar extractors, which is more than enough that you will ever need, believe me. But I will probably decorate this at some point, but not in a hurry. Okay, that's all about the main stuff on the main island. Then we get into the ocean. Here's my sea art with yeah, some different sea chests, a few seaweed stalks left, and some tar for filling, and a lot of gears. I actually had to move a couple gears into the chests here because I think I have around 4 or 5 gear chests on land already, so it just overflows like crazy. I could probably consume nothing but gears for at least 4,000 to 5,000 days, I guess, without ever boring. And yeah, my little trawling zone for trawling chests where I can prepare if I want to trawl. Then on the left we have some fish farms, not really organized. They are also really old, so like they 1500 or so. But I decided to keep them so because they are actually, I don't exactly know for sure, but because they're so old and I've never done new ones, those actually don't spawn hounds. If you don't know, fish farms have a chance to spawn crocodiles. Well, actually not the fish farms themselves, but because when you harvest a fish farm, the fish is falling into the ocean for a brief second, and since it's considered meat, you have a chance to spawn them if you hear it. Yeah, so you hear the splashing, so that's why hounds can spawn, but turns out these don't actually spawn hounds. I'm not exactly sure why, but don't really mind. Not that it would be a huge trouble, those dolphins will take quick care of them. Then here we have, just for the giggles, all different kinds of boats that you can have with all different sails, all possible options. Yeah, except with iron beds, because I already have them at the harbor. And some mussel beds here for, I don't know, books. Here we have my coral reef, which is not every coral reef I have. I have some, I think I have 2 chests full of them still, so I can place more, but those are more than enough, I think. And I'll probably use the other ones as decoration, I guess. Okay. Then here are the seawalls, which I placed here. I didn't really, well, you can't place them on the mainland like the other ones, so I placed them here. The 5 different sizes, and some chests for storing. Then on the side here, also overdid it, but I think it looks cool. Some mussel beds with mussel sticks. Those are amazing for creating rods really fast. And they really reproduce themselves fast. Yes, I forgot. We have one last area here. And it's almost night time, so that's actually perfect. It's also a new area I built in the last 1000 days. It's actually a little jellyfish zone. this was my mangrove area. I haven't really done anything in the last 5,000 days on this, so I thought it was about time. Yeah, like I said, a few coral leaves here for decoration, balls all around, dolphin palaces, which are obviously great looking in this area, and some small rewards for giggles, and yeah, some water lanterns and some bioluminescence for lighting things up, which is really nice, I think, with the greenish color. And yeah, mangrove trees look really cool. But yeah, mostly for looks, not really any function here. But it looks cool. I just wanted to do something with the mangrove area. It was sitting here for too long, not really decorated at all. Okay. And because it's nighttime, you can actually go to my crossroads. As you can see, there's bio all over here. And there's actually one path to the right, which leads to my ocean fortress, and one to the left, which will lead to the sea murphy on the bottom, and the shark hidden den on the top. We'll see if we actually can spawn a tiger shark, because he can still spawn in mild season if we didn't know. But yeah, doesn't look like shark hidden will spawn. No, we can wait till the morning, then he can spawn. But yeah, some fireflies here on the island, because it looks nice, and some shark hidden gills, because they are mass. And I thought, why not just leave them here as decoration? So maybe some will spawn here. So I guess, yeah, they will not come to spawn. Oh well. You can go to the bottom here, and reach the second island here. On the right we have my monkey farm. This monkey farm is actually also one of my older projects. I used to eat banana pops a lot more than I currently do, but yeah, this is one of the most efficient ways to farm bananas. You see they spawn from different huts, and you can start little monkey fights here where they constantly kill each other, and they try to get after the silly monkey ball in the middle, but can freely exterminate each other and give me some sweet bananas. Then here a little beach zone so that seashells can respawn, because well, it's mostly for looks. I don't really farm seashells this way. I farm them other ways, which you will soon see, I guess. Then we have my second island, so this is my main island with everything and beefaloes and whatever. My sea fortress, as you can probably see, I did a lot of quacken killing, a lot. So that's why you see all those chests, but I don't really complain, those look awesome. I would probably do something with them one day, but don't really know. So here we are on my second island with the Seaworthy and the Skyworthy. And top here is actually a little tribute to each shipwrecked and ROG boss. So here we have the Quacken with little tentacles and Quacken beaks and some lipid rocks. Here we have the Tiger Shark. With each time you have what he drops, what he can make, a different kind of fire pit and a different kind of structure. So here we have the Chimenea. Here you see the Tiger Shark Eye and the Super Spyglass. Here is the Ancient Guardian, the Guardian Horn, the Haunted Studios, some Beard Hair, which doesn't really drop, but I thought it was fitting. Yeah, some Wounded Old magic. Here we have a little kitchen zone, but doesn't really have much of a purpose, just leftover space, but can be useful if you travel from ROG to here and want to make some quick food. On the left here we have the area for the Seal Nado with the Magic Seal and the Haunting Conch, some toy bows, and yeah, say sticks, turbine blades, the usual. And of course, because the occurs in hurricane season, we have the lightning rod. Here are the zones for the 4 ROG bosses. On the right here we have Deerclops with his eyeball and the umbrella. On the top we have Berger with his fur and the hibernation vest. Here we have Dragonfly, and here we have Moose Goose. And in case you're wondering, these walls are also here. Most are here just for looks, so to encircle them, but some I had to build higher because they blow in the wind. So yeah, the luxury fan blows in the wind, and I have to encircle the Deerclops eyeball, otherwise some mobs might eat it. And otherwise we just have some nice looking bushes, jungle trees. At the bottom here we have a little magic room with all the different kinds of gems that you can have, which I thought was cool looking, with all the types of amulets at one side and all kinds of staffs on the other. Yeah, some have no counterpart, like the say stick, but I thought it looked like a stick, so I included it here with some divining rods. Yeah, just gems. Then here on the left, or rather, here are the crossroads for my backpacks, or for my Krampus sacks. So on the top, to the main base where we just were, is the Krampus sack inventory for the one I'm carrying right now, so this one. Then on the left we have a little suicide sign for the caves, so this is the backpack I use, or the Krampus sack I use when I raid the ruins. And here we have the Skyworthy, in case I want to go to ROG, even though the Skyworthy can do it too, but let's be honest, the Seaworthy looks much better than the stupid Skyworthy, but whatever. On the right here we have a little pigskin sign for the Skyworthy, where I go to Hamlet, which I mainly only use for jumping worlds, because semi-recently, so about 1,500 days ago, I found the ROG world I think is pretty close to perfect, so I stopped jumping in ROG and yeah, pretty much only jump in Hamlet, because I don't really care about Hamlet. Here on the bottom we have a generic Krampus sack, just an empty one in case I need to move a lot of items from ROG or Hamlet over to Shipwreck. And here we have my duplication area. I really like this one. The construction amulet and the deconstruction staff actually can duplicate a lot of items, and here are pretty much the most used items I duplicate. So we have on the one side the deconstruction staffs, and on the other side the construction amulets. Here are some bundling grabs on some brain of thought, just in case. Here's my few things from ROG, which again I also will never use because I found my good ROG world. We have some beefalo items here, though I really haven't really gotten into them. I just thought they would be nice for decoration or something. I don't know. But yeah, all those chests around here are for deconstruction items. So here you can use deconstructions on the yellow walking cane, on the orange walking cane, to get a walking cane back in case it's at 5%. Same with weather panes. When they are at 7%, you can just recycle them with the deconstruction staff to get the Wolf Goat Horn back. And yeah, with those two, with marble and thulecite, you can craft them at half the price and deconstruct them for the full thulecite cost. So you get 50% back each time. So you can multiply marble and thulecite, yeah. And just in case you need more thulecite for walls or more marble for flooring. Then we have some pan flutes you can deconstruct to get the mandrake back. Seashell armor you can craft and deconstruct to get more seashells. That's the main way I use deconstruction staff to duplicate seashells, which is a lot easier than waiting for them to respawn. I don't really use them, but you can use the pickaxe from the ruins at 6% or at 1%, and if you reconstruct them or deconstruct them, you get a pickaxe at 100% and an axe at 100%. So yeah, and of course Kraken rams or other things that I deconstruct to get the Kraken meat back. And the last thing we duplicate here is buoys, which is actually a way to duplicate bioluminescence. So you get one bioluminescence back for each use of the construction amulet and the deconstruction staff, which is really a steep cost, but it's the only way. So at least there's some way to multiply it. And also that is why there are nets here and a trolling net, so when I deconstruct the buoys in the ocean, I can collect the bio. I'll show it later. So we are done with this island. Where are we next? So this area is actually my main storage room outside of my base. Here I store pretty much everything from weapons, and here we also have a meat effigy, which is supposed to be a dummy for fighting, which is even why I built some walls behind it, so you can use a weapon and it looks like you're trying to practice on the dummy. It even makes a little squishing sound from the walls. Yeah, but every kind of weapon you can get, a little practice area, fighting zone versus some snakes if you want to. You can try every weapon. Here are all ranged weapons with another dummy, another meat effigy at the top to practice. Yeah, you can pick up some and just attack them for giggles. A lot of harpoons, a lot of weather panes, and other things I have too much of and don't want to store up in my main area because frames. And as you can see, I really didn't kid you when I said I was hunting Quacken a lot. So those are all from killing Quacken, and yeah, that is my overflow wardrobe with all this stuff that I have. A lot, pretty much too much that I don't really want to be lingering in my base. So if I need some, I just go here, and as you can see, I really did some spider genocide. Here we have some explosives here, and here we have my bundling wrap, not my bundling wrap, my blueprint storage, because they don't stack, so I just included them here in piggy bags, because why not? And some tall birds. They are just here temporarily though, because I want to use them for decoration sometime in the future, but they're here for now. Okay. So here we have another area that I did recently. I have 3 killer bees here, 3 killer bees. Yeah, and I just built some loop plants here so I can farm stingers, because sometimes you need some for boat repair kits and stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to use them, and I did build some spiky bushes as well, and some normal bee boxes just for atmosphere, really. But it's kind of funny. Ouch! It's kind of funny that the eye plants get damaged by the spiky bushes. In case you didn't know, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, not too much else here yet. And we got hounds. We have some dolphins here. Dolphins are great. They live all around the world and just take care of your problems with hounds. As you can see, they just really make quick work of them, and they respawn themselves, so really nice emergency defense, so you don't have to do it yourself. Okay. Then on the one side we have my little reed area, my little reed island, which was originally a complete marsh, but I completely changed the turf to make it look like more of a savanna in ROG. And I added sand turf around the ponds and different green turf around the cut reeds and mushroom turf around green mushrooms. There are actually a lot of green mushrooms around here, and it's a really an amazing place to go during hurricane season, because they will just regrow constantly. I have one single fisherman hut here. I think very early on, actually one burned down, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, that's the only one in my world. And back down here, just more reeds and mushrooms, and crossroads to connect them, and some normal worm huts, which are just here. Maybe I will farm them in some time, but I don't really know. They're just here, and have a nice looking house. But yeah, not much else here on this island. Didn't have time to build here yet. And on the other side, which is also fairly new, is my massive grass and twigs lupulin farm. So I have a video of this on YouTube, but basically the way it works is I have 32 lupulins here. You plant them inside of the walls here in those little spots that I marked, and the next time they spawn eyeballs and you come here, they just harvest the entire farm here for you, and it basically gives you around 1.5 gram per secs and inventories full of grass and twigs, which is really great. So yeah, I just always need some, so it's nice to have. And my coffee is running low again. But we're almost done, I think. Yeah, that should be enough. Get it more speedy. So I guess I just showed this even though I didn't do anything with him yet. Stupid octopus, the much worse version of Picking, but he's there, and yeah, maybe I do something with him in the future, I don't know. Then we come to another of my favorite areas I built, which is also fairly new. This here is a little monument building area with marble sculptures supposed to be the salt licks, and a little pose in the middle where models can pose and the artist can gather around to paint them or to make sculptures of him, with a little fire pit here, and yeah, more salt licks for more structures with hammers and pickaxes, and more rocks and walls around. That's supposed to be yeah, different kinds of rocks that you can mine or hammer. Yeah. And some sand. Just overall a really nice area. I think the colors are really nice. Then on the bottom down here, just for completion's sake, we have the area where my beefalo respawn, always free, because the others are all teleported to my base. But yeah, I haven't really done here anything. It's fairly empty. But I use tooth traps to kill them because I have too much hound thieves and it works fairly well. But I will do something about this area in the future. Also because I have an enclosed pond here, so that's nice. So I will. It's not really that I need any more horns. I already have 2 chests full. So maybe I will make this some kind of nature reservoir or something. I don't know. Then here, this area is fairly new. It's this complete island, in fact, which I decorated. Ignore that bottom half, didn't come to that yet. On the top here we have a little prime ape area, which is supposed to be some kind of wild swamp thingy for different kinds of snakes and prime apes, which natural spawning viney bushes and prime apes, and yeah, it's supposed to have this more rundown, swampy looking feel to it. And on the bottom, right beneath it, we have a little area that's supposed to look like more like a tundra, with normal evergreens and yeah, guano and sand, which is supposed to look. It doesn't really look like this, but the limestone and the guano are supposed to be little pints of snow with different viney bushes. Yeah, and it's dark. And I don't have grass, right? So we have to wait here. Oh, little crabbit. But yeah, I mainly use ROG these days because 40 grass often isn't enough and I just burn through it really quickly, but sometimes it's annoying that you can't make a torch or something, but you know, inventory is nice. And yeah, my Krampus sack has the usual 2 fuel sources, 2 repair kits, things for living logs and nightmare fuel for also for fuel purposes, but also for crafting dark swords, which is nice to have. Then some safety nets in the ice stuff in case something catches fire, or if you want to aggro something from a distance, and the pan flute, and then some general head items that you will always need, and a trident, which is really nice item. I come to love it, which is really nice because it 5 shots broken clockworks that are floating on the ocean, so they can't escape, because 5 hits is exactly the time they stand still and shoot you. So you don't have to wait for them to stop moving. And it also kills the Quacken's tentacles in 1 shot, so it's actually a really nice way to farm tentacle spots. But yeah, so that is more the tundra area here, which I think is also fairly decent looking. Yeah, with some rabbits, and yeah, and then we go into the bunny village, I guess. Yeah, just a crap load of bunny huts. It's actually day, so they aren't out. Oh man, someone died. Because if they were out, they are all wearing my crappy crowns that all have very low durability and which I didn't use anymore. So I thought I just used him to decorate my bunnies. And I chose to build this here because this whole island was a meadow which has sweet potatoes on the bottom, which, if you think about it, look really like carrots. So I thought that would be a nice touch, and that's because they really match. So I thought would be a nice spot to build them. Here in the middle we have what I was trying to do with slurpers and bunnymen, where slurpers attached to the heads of bunnymen to light through the night, but I just gave up because it works only around, I guess, 50% of the time, because slurpers are really stupid, and even though we have a really close enclosed area, they still miss the bunnies. They attack the bunnies but then miss their jump onto their heads, and then they just get killed by the bunnies for attacking them. So it's really frustrating that they are so stupid, but yeah, what can you do? But still a nice little centric area here. Okay, we're almost done. And now the primates are out. So here we have my summer island and also my pig island. It was just full moon, that is why they are all sleeping here. But yeah, I built this area when Hamlet was announced, and thought what a possible pig city could possibly look like. And I decorated them with farms, and those are all shipwrecked pigs, because this was built before merged crafting became enabled with Hamlet. So yeah, some general pig village, which I think looks really cool. If we're being honest, I think this looks even much better than Hamlet, but just my opinion. And yeah, each pig has a different kind of hat that will never last, or that will never fade rather. Just like mostly armor and also minor hats, and yeah, then hats, then they can just wear them forever. And I think it looks really cool. And yeah, here's the second telelocator focus, which I can use to teleport to my main base, or from my main base to here. And there are some general chests and drying racks. And on the top here, if you let me in, we have, there was a little marsh turf, a little marsh area on the top here. So I completely redid it as a little coffee zone, which was really nice with the ponds. I think it looks really great, like a little garden with some birds and some bee boxes. And now that it's nighttime, you will see the entire island is surrounded by bioluminescence at the shore, which looks really nice, especially with meadow turf, which is of course my favorite turf. And yeah, it looks really nice with some mushrooms here. Okay. And they go all home. And come on. Yeah, completely surrounded area, completely surrounded island with bioluminescence. Around half of the bioluminescence I used to surround this area, I duplicated with the construction amulet and the deconstruction stuff, so that took a lot of work. And lastly, an unfinished area that I have for quite some time, but it's here, is my slot machine area, my slot machine island. Yeah, sometimes my chest of doubloons just gets full, and I decide to gamble a little because it's fun. And here's the random chunk I get, and yeah, you just surround the machine with elephant cactus, so you can kill the mobs easily, and 2 fridges because you get an insane amount of food also. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's everything in my world I have built thus far. Just a quick look around my world again. So here on the top we have my main island with the sea kitten den and my island for the sea and skyworthy. And then in the middle we have my ocean fortress. On the bottom left or the middle left we have my twigs and grass farm zone, and my my savanna zone with the stinger and the bees on the top. Here we have my marble structure island. Here we have the primates and tundra and the bunnies. Here we have the summer pig island, just a lot of stuff, and the sort of unfinished gambling island, and here we have my volcano, which I travel to a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, my god, I already talked for almost 2 hours, so sorry that it took so long, but I thought it would be nice to talk for once. Mostly I just don't really have the opportunity to, and it maybe explained a bit of things that were unclear about my base that you just can't show with no mic. So let me know if you enjoyed it, if you have any further questions, and thank you for watching.